Hello dear students, welcome back to ICET series of videos, session 8. In this session 8, I am planning to discuss the practice questions which are given under session 6. Because for every session, we are going to have some practice questions based on the concept which I have explained. So that is the structure designed for all the sessions which I am going to take as a free sessions for TS ICET and AP ICET students. And the doubts clarification is also included in the session. So this session 8 is based on the practice questions which I have given in session 6, and I have given some practice questions under the table. So we'll have a discussion on those practice questions because few students are asking the doubts in YouTube comments. So by keeping those things in mind, I am just trying to discuss. And please don't forget to subscribe the channel of My3 Educational Academy, and please share with the students who are in the need of 2024 ICET training. So if you observe the data analysis is a module which you are going to see as a part of problem solving. In problem solving, you will be having 10 questions from the data analysis. This is a practice question which I have taken. Let's look at this practice question. Instead of directly going to the practice question, I am trying to give the complete discussion of the topic, and then I will move on to the practice question. If you have already listened that, use the time lapse in the down and save your time. Directly go to the question.
The name of the chapter is data interpretation. So in this chapter, the skill required from your end is there is a data which is not directly projected to you. There will be a data which is projected in the form of a tables or which is projected in the form of a graphs. So tables or graphs are given. So we have to interpret the given data. That means you have to understand what is a given table or what is a given graph and all. So after interpreting, you have to proceed with the solvation of the questions. So the data interpretation name itself is indicating data interpretation is nothing but interpretation of the data. So why interpretation of the data is required is data is not directly projected. It is given in the form of a tables or it is given in the form of a graphs. Tables means it is going to be a merge of rows and columns. So this is called tabular information. What is bar graph is the graph which is consisting of bars. So it may be a vertical bars or it may be a horizontal bar. So this is a bar graph which you are going to have a representation of a data which is projected in the form of a lines. And similarly, you can see the data which is projected in pie graph. Pie graph is nothing but the representation of a data in the form of a circle. So for every particular data, you are going to have 3 or 5 linked questions. So how to tackle those questions? Let's move forward. And you can just directly look into what are the questions which are given under the graphs. So you are going to come across with the questions which are related to percentage change or change in percentage change or ratios or averages and nature of graph. These are the only possible questions which you can see under data interpretation. As soon as you see any question of data interpretation, the first task of yours is going to be read the label. So if you read the title of the graph, you will get more clarity on what your graph is going to describe about. So reading the title of the graph is going to be your first task. So then what you need to do is please check the units. Whether units are given in thousands or crores. So check the units. And then what we need to do is after reading the title and checking the units. So whether the unit is million or crores or lakhs, after checking the units, then what you do is, so read your question, connect your question to the table. So let's start with the tables. So if you observe the question which is projected here, as I told you, follow the instructions which I have given in the previous. So what we need to do in the starting is, as soon as you see any question, first read the label. That will give you a more clarity to understand what is your question. So the label here is the number of candidates who selected for different fields from 2000 to 2005 is given in the table. So number of candidates who selected for different fields. What are the fields? Science and engineering and commerce and agriculture and arts. These are the 5 different fields. So in 2000 in science, there are 15 and engineering 12 and commerce 2, 8. So all this data is given. So read your label, look at your data, have a glance on your data, then immediately, if you have any units, check the units. There is no units as of now, you can see here. Then immediately go to the question, connect the question to the data. So don't extract the data or don't look at the data in deeper. That's a time-based process. Read your question, connect your question to the data. So actually, the question here is, what percentage of the candidates of agriculture were selected in the period? So you just observe agriculture is available here. How many of the people are selected? You can just observe 4, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 9. So total, how many members are selected? You can just observe 8, 7, 9, 24 is the value. 8, 7, 9, 24 is the value. So total, how many members are selected? Total, we can say 48 members are selected. But the question is talking about what? What percentage of the candidates are selected in the over the period? So 48 members are selected. Out of how many members? You can just try to look at what is the total number of selections in the over the period. So there are 40 members are selected. 40 plus 38 plus 40 plus 42 plus 38 plus 44. So total, how many members are selected? Total 242 members are selected. The question here is what percentage is selected. So 48 is selected out of 242. So this is the calculation which is required. So if you calculate 48 by 242, that will give the result as going to be 19.83 percentage. So we can say the percentage of the candidates selected in agriculture will be equal to 19.83. The candidates which are selected in agriculture will be equal to 19.8. So that is how you can see the questions which are related to it. Sir, how you tackle this? Is there any other trick if you don't want to do the exact calculation? So if you don't want to do the exact calculation, you can take the approximate value. So this is 48. I'm taking it as 50. So, and you can look at the denominator. Denominator is given somewhere close to 242. So 242, I'm taking it as 250. So what is this value? 1 by 5. What is 1 by 5? 1 by 5 is 20%. The answer choice is approximately equal to 20%, but little less than 20%. So check the option which is matching with that. So that is going to be this. And if you have some more options which are close to that, then that time you have to do the exact calculation. Otherwise, you can also go with the approximated calculation. So here the answer choice for the question is going to be 19.83. So let's look at one more question which is available here. What percentage of the candidates of arts are selected from 2000 to 2003? So you can just look at 2000 to 2003. You can just look at 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and what percentage of the candidates are selected in arts is a question. So in 2003 members, 2 members, 3 members, 2 members. So total, how many members are selected? Total 10 members are selected in arts. Total 10 members are selected in arts. What is your question actually? What percentage of the candidates of arts are selected in the period of 2000 to 2003? So 10 members are selected, and total how many people are selected? You can just have a glance. So 40 plus 40, it is 80, and 38 plus 42, it is also equal to 80. 80 plus 80, total 160 members are selected. So we can definitely say that what percentage of the candidates are selected in arts? 10 members are selected out of 160 members. So what is this value is the question. So if you calculate this, you are getting this as 1 by 16. So what is 1 by 16 value? 1 by 16 is giving a result as 6.25 percentage. 6.25 percentage. These are basic things which I told you. Remember the fractions and equivalent percentage values. So it is giving a result as 6.25 percentage. You can mark it as answer choice. So let's look at one more question which is available here. So the question here is, what percentage of the candidates in engineering were selected in the year 2002? So what percentage of the candidates in engineering were selected in the year 2002? Let's look at 2002 from the data. Where is 2002? This is 2002. And where is engineering? This is engineering. So how many members are selected? 9 members are selected. So now the question, let me read the question once again. What percentage of the candidates in engineering were selected in a year of 2002? In 2002, how many selections has been done? There are 40 selections has been done in 2002. So in that 18 from science and 9 from engineering and 1 from so and so is given. So that means we can say 9 members are selected out of 40 members. This will give our percentage value. So the question is that only how many candidates or what percentage of the candidates are from engineering in 2002. So we can say 9 out of 40 members. 9 out of 40 members. So this, if you further calculate, that will give you your answer choice. So 9 out of 40 members, I can also write it as 90 divided by 400. 90 divided by 400. So 4 into 100 I am writing just for percentage calculation. So 4 ones are 4 twos are 8 and we left with the 10. 4 twos are 8 and 4 fives are. So 22.5 is a value which is giving in terms of percentage. We can say answer choice is going to be 22.5%. So like that we can proceed with the solution. So